Hello everyone, it's Open House Thursday. Welcome to the show. I am Moriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the full house in here. How you guys doing? What's happening?
Shout out to Uwa that is not around, so it's not full house entirely.
YK in the building. How you doing?
I'm
Shout out to
fine.
your shoes. The three of you
Yes,
wearing
so
the
we are
same
all wearing
shoes.
the same shoes.
Cameraman. You can't see. I've seen the back of the shoe.
Everybody is wearing the same shoes.
All of us, my legs are aching. I beg, carry the shoe.
YK Jumoke and him are wearing the same shoes.
And we bought the shoes for 4K.
Hey, Jesus, YK.
Oh,
Must you...
No, but it's okay.
Because it's affordable.
It's affordable.
Affordable.
Sales.
Very
Anyway,
good.
I brought a crate of wine, 2 crates of wine from a customer of ours at Shrine.
Okay.
Oh,
That
nice.
watches the show,
Nice.
he loves the show. I said, I must bring drink for you.
So you know it's an Igbo man. Of all the
His
gifts
name
in
is
this world,
Prince Everick Michael.
of all the gifts, his wine, he now remember to give to
It's
you.
not
That's his business.
Maybe
now.
it's
That's
his
what-
business.
What you have is what you will give.
Because
Thank you, Prince Mike.
Prince,
The
so
wine.
Please, thank
Okay, let me
you.
quickly say happy birthday to my elder sister today. Mrs. Mariam Abdusalam Apokia. Happy birthday to you.
Yekinyo.
Happy birthday to Bolaji as well.
Bolaji, happy birthday!
I want Bolaji.
Bolaji producer.
Wow.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Bolaji.
darling.
Many
Happy
fruitful
birthday,
years to both of
Bolaji.
you.
Bolaji Ogoli.
Yes, Mrs. Bolaji Ogoli, very lovely lady.
So I had a very
No, I forgot to tell you that, you know that show we had on Tuesday where we spoke about Queen's College? A friend of mine's daughter is in hospital. So he sent me a text. After the show, I saw the text.
We're following up with that story because it's still ongoing. So the
His
investigation
daughter is
still
in
going.
hospital.
So we'll
But
still...
fake Peleo.
Can you imagine? I had a great time yesterday. A lot of events celebrating International Women's Day, and I was invited to one. Had a great time with Ndidi, the founder of Leap Africa. Great time with Erelu. Fayemi. Fayemi, the wife of the former. Fantastic time with Lala. As in, I've heard young people talk, but Lala, I always feel like I can talk, but she just killed it for me. It was inspiring, be bold for a change. I feel like going to do a lot more things than before. Very, very inspiring. Need to help each other out.
Good stuff.
Unfortunately, I woke up late. I can't talk so much.
You are not even allowed
We
to
are waiting.
talk. They have not even done mic check for you. See.
All right, let's take a break. It's Thursday. We're having fun all the way. We have a very interesting topic to talk about today. So when we come back, we'll breeze through the front pages so we can get to the gist. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
All right, thanks for staying with us. So we're going to start with the punch. Xenophobic attacks, Senate, House, fight over South African trip. The story is not as juicy as it is. House insists on going independently, says Ekwe Madu. We first took the decision, says House of Reps. Size of delegation, $5,000 allowance. Others cause rift. That's what's causing the fight. Oshun declares curfew as a tender in Ife communal clash. McCarthy rejects June 30 PDP convention date, slams Dixon. Old vehicles, custom defies Senate, insist on duty payment. Analysts express divergent views on economic recovery plan. Saraki governors, Afenifere, others mourn ex-Western State Governor Adebayo. Oshimbajo, a running mate turned friend, says Buhari. Presidential Lodge Road for Fashola Ministry for frustrating Lagos, says Ambode. And I was handcuffed, locked in a cell for 4 days at US airport, says victim. That's an interesting story. But let's talk about the xenophobic, then we'll talk about the US story.
Yes, okay, the xenophobic attack. The Nigerian Senate has said that, they were planning a National Assembly convoy altogether, them and the House of Reps, all the way to South Africa. But the House of Reps were the ones, truthfully, truth be told, that we heard
But the
these
Nigerian-
delegates were going, and they have gone.
No, they've not gone.
They've
No,
not
they've
gone
not
yet.
gone. No,
Yes,
no.
yeah.
Okay,
It's the Senate that wanted to now
the Senate
Join.
said that
Join.
we are no longer, we are stepping down
Yes.
this decision to go and allow them go ahead.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also sending people. The member
12-man delegation.
12-man delegation.
To do what?
Members of the House of
That is
Representatives.
the question I want to
Why-
ask.
why
You see,
can't-
Nigerians will
Please
waste
see
money.
now. They
The
told
quarrel,
us
the
now.
quarrel that is, they say the quarrel is based on the allowance.
That's
Esther code.
The Esther code
That
is
is-
what is causing the quarrel. Now I'm
That
wondering
is
this.
from an insider. We don't know for a fact that that's what's causing.
Morai,
But
yo.
Let Tokwe land.
But there's a $5,000 allowance, and the fact that you get to travel is just
Free flight tickets.
free flight ticket, all that covered by
Accommodation,
the government,
feeding.
covered by the government. But they're not fighting over the policy angle of how they want to deal with South Africa. There is no clear decision by Foreign Affairs, House of Assembly, everybody in agreement that this is what we want to achieve. What's the big
They
deal in
told
then appointing
us
two people
they are
to
going-
follow the Foreign Affairs? Why do
want
we
to-
have a delegate from the
They said
House
they're
of
gonna- anyway, let's
Assembly
not spend too
and
much
then a
time on this.
delegate from Foreign
Excuse
Affairs?
me, why
Because
does
they-
there have to be a delegation at all?
Why? Because YK, we don't have any proper responses from the South African government. We need to go there. The plan was to go meet
What's
the
the
parliament.
Nigerian mission
Invite
in South
the
Africa?
ambassador
doing?
for South Africa.
God bless you.
The Senate
Why
to
did
come
you
and
have
answer.
Is that not why we have a mission there?
Full mission. No.
Hey,
Okay, let's talk about the Nigerian.
That we are paying Esther codes.
What's the next second story?
The US people that were sent. One of them came to the office yesterday. I saw him. I spoke to him yesterday.
Wow.
The gentleman who went with his wife and was.
Which one? Because I was Olani and Olayemi.
Yes, I think it's. I'm not even sure which it was, but
And are the
I spoke to one of
Muslims-
because he told me he's just coming from Punch, so I know it's the same story. The two people that Punch interviewed, one was going to Florida, was sent back. They didn't actually just harass the guy. Yeah, there was
He
no.
even got to America. That's
That's another one. The other one got to America. This one didn't even get to America at all.
So-
But the interesting thing is that Ayo Zubako is going to be doing the story on this for Sunday, so look out for it. Hopefully, we're going to try to get somebody from the U.S. Embassy to tell us because we need the clarity. Because it
But
seems
that
that
brings
Abike-
us back to our foreign ministry.
God bless
no,
you.
but because in one of the papers, the U.S. embassy has said there's no embargo.
On that,
But when we
That's the
have
problem.
2, 3, 4 Nigerians being sent back,
Murayo,
somebody must address that issue.
The special advisor to the president on diaspora said that the policy, even though it had been put on hold, probably is still being implemented by the officials in the airports and all that. So we need to address that. We need
Yes.
to the president of the US needs to come out categorically and stop this thing.
Exactly.
Say something categorical on it so that it will stop.
Because there's some people taking
Now,
advantage of this situation.
Our foreign ministry is still busy arguing
Okay,
with the
can I
person who
just
came
say
out to
something
Let's move
about
on,
that?
yes.
So,
Right,
can I
right,
just say
right.
something? You know, the U.S. embassy can say there is no embargo. It is the immigration officers who are
Taking
being
advantage.
overzealous, who will
Yes.
just,
Yes,
and that
yes.
is where.
And that's
what do we
where
call?
Abike is coming from, and we have to address that issue.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
It's unfair. Moving on very quickly to The Nation. Ambode tackles federal government over Lagos Airport Road.
again.
Adebayo dies at 88. Etisalat in talks with banks over $1 billion loan. 5-year debt in Ile-Ife clash. All right, so this
I'll take
Ambode
the
issue.
Ambode story
Yes.
because the nation is saying tackles federal government. The Punch said Fashola, specifically.
It's the Ministry of the Food.
Yes. So the situation is that the federal the president has already handed over the presidential lodge in Lagos to Lagos State officially, but they have not done the process of getting handover. But the order has gone out. So the Ambode is complaining that the process isn't being conclusively carried out. He hasn't received the documentation for the presidential lodge because he wants to use that place for the banquet of Lagos at 50.
Okay.
Also,
In
mention the
addition to
fact
that,
that,
yes.
To invite the
expressway,
Yeah.
the expressway linking
airport,
the
Lagos
airport
airport.
to Oshodi, that is an eyesore. Everybody's complained about it. We should be happy that the governor of Lagos State wants to fix it. I'm wondering what is causing the issues between.
He's also
Okay.
talking about the
Hanging
51
up.
billion naira debt that the federal government is owing Lagos. If
Over
it
a
was
period of
paid back,
time.
Yes, over time. You could
Yes,
also-
Jumoke.
My only question, when Governor Fashola was governor of Lagos City, had a problem with the federal government on federal roads in Lagos. Now he's in charge as Minister of Works.
we still have a
Lagos State
problem.
governor is not having a problem. Is it a ministry bottlehead? They need to solve it quickly.
Some say it's a personal issue.
Well,
No,
let's
no,
let's,
no, no.
let's
It's
leave
a
the personal
personal
issue out of
issue.
it.
I don't think we should talk about personal.
Personal issue.
That's- I said some.
I think the most important thing, let's give Minister Fashola an opportunity to respond. They tried to get him to respond. He hasn't responded because knowing the Fashola we know, he wouldn't deliberately want to deny Lagos.
The same
opportunity.
roads he wanted to
exactly.
repair as
let's
governor.
wait to hear from him before we then judge. Let's move on.
You all have to remember that Fashola has 3 portfolios.
Yeah.
NEPA, which we don't have.
Road.
Road, which they
Housing.
have.
And housing.
And housing.
Okay, moving on to
I leave it all
Vanguard.
to you.
3 banks take over Etisalat, Nigeria.
They don't have money.
Biafra Army probes alleged killings of agitators. Let's see. Ex-Western State Governor General Adeyinka Adebayo dies at 89. Federal government frustrating plans to reconstruct Oshodi Apapa, Oasis Ambode, and Nigerians with valid visa free to travel to the USA's American Embassy. So
The General Adebayo, former governor,
Western State.
Western region, may his soul rest in perfect peace.
Lived well, 89.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
that's,
lived well.
The eve of his birthday
He
would have
lived
been
and
90.
died well.
I'm telling
If it
you.
was me, I would just round it up to...
No, it was 88, going on 89 actually.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
The 3 banks, Etisalat is having issues with 3 banks. They took a loan in dollars a couple of years back. They said that the loan was taken when Naira was at 169. And right now, parallel market is selling dollars at 450 thereabout. And so they were not able to make their last month payment. And they already sent a letter ahead to the banks that due to the circumstances, everybody knows what is going on in the country.
No, I think it's
we
even beyond
cannot
that,
make the
because
payment.
I think they haven't having issues with them paying back their loan since 2016.
Yep. They're not
So
owing money generally.
Yeah, they're owing money. So those 3 banks, hopefully, they're trying to see how they can also to even what's the word they use?
Reconstruct it.
To reconstruct the
no,
loans.
No, that's not the plan. They are taking over. They're not reconstructing the loan. If
They're
they are
restructuring their
If you
loan.
have read the story, they said they are trying to
restructure the loan, yes.
Because NCC has come in.
Yes.
It was them that called NCC in to see how they should restructure and not just take over
Yeah.
the company. The banks want to take over.
Okay, moving on very quickly. Daily Sun. Curfew in Ile-Ife as death toll rises to 10.
Very
Carlos
sad.
Lock have no link with 27 bank drafts. Ex-Western Region Governor Adebayo dies at 89. Fashola's ministry frustrating my plan to reconstruct Lagos Airport Road, says Ambode. Duty on hold vehicles. That's Customs there,
a hot
Senate. So the Ile-Ife clash, who
Yes,
read that
there's
story?
Yes,
according
I
to
read it.
The Daily Sun, the Hausa community and the Yoruba community in Ile-Ife had a clash, and death toll has risen to 10.
Yeah.
But the governor was swift. There's a curfew now from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. No movement, and security personnel have been dispatched to every area to come.
And even the
this,
Oni,
crisis.
the Oni.
Yeah.
But I think we should even say how one of the papers said it started.
Yeah.
They said it started when the Hausa trader slapped the Yoruba
Yoruba.
female trader, and then the Yorubas now beat
Retaliated.
him up.
Actually, the
Retaliated
Hausa
by beating him
man
up.
poured dirt in front of her store.
Yes.
So she confronted him, and he slapped her.
He slapped her.
Now, she is the wife of a
Yoruba
driver, a bus driver, who obviously has their NURT people, that they have their own, Kenya caucus people.
So they went and
of
disciplined
course,
him.
and that's how, when they
the-
discipline, the Hausa youth now revolted.
The government said in the Sun is under investigation. They
Yes,
didn't say
so
the cause,
but we should live in peace, because it's one Nigeria.
Amen.
Anybody should be able to live anywhere.
Amen to that.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, Emir Sanusi on child abuse, I think domestic violence actually. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So the Emir of Kano took to his Instagram page, very active Emir,
Twitter.
sometimes ago, regarding wife battery actually and domestic violence. He says that Islam abhors assault on women. He also enjoined those involved in the act to desist from the practice. According to him, I don't expect my in-law to lay his hand on my daughter, but I have since urged her to retaliate any form of assault from her husband. Meanwhile, another Twitter user responded to the Emir Sanusi saying, if your marriage ever gets to that shame, so that gets to the point where things are bad, come back home. I'll send for the godforsaken monster. And while he's under my own roof, I'll be able to determine the next action from his words and remorse or lack of it. If I wink to you, slap, get up and deliver a well-aimed slap.
From the
Now,
back.
What are your thoughts on this?
Let them go like this.
It's your view. Call us on 070 80668014. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Kindly hashtag your view TVC so you can read the tweet. Jumoke,
You
what do
didn't
make of
drama-
this?
you didn't
I was trying to
dramatize this.
replicate your drama.
Oh.
If I
And
wink
I
at
don't
you-
want to repeat.
Yeah, help me in a way.
So now, you see, we're against domestic violence, so, and that's what the Emir, as Sanusi has also said. But he's encouraging women to be bold in their marriages. Don't allow any man just use you as a punching bag. And so he said to his daughter, if anybody beats you, please beat him back. Now, Gemba, retaliate now. Is that not what it means?
Use the right
But
terminology.
okay, say what Gimba said.
Gimba now say, ha, 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 ha. What this Emir is saying? They will kill my daughter in her husband's house. So now say, my daughter, come. I cannot tell you to do what Emir Sanusi said though, to his own daughter. But if your own husband beats you, you know what you do?
Bring him.
Pack your bag. Just come home. Me, your father, I will now send for him. Let us see what he will say. When you are under my roof, under my watch, he now does anyhow. You can now deliver. I will
No,
just
he
wink.
said, I will wink at you.
You.
And then you just
You
give it.
have to listen to his conversation. Is he coming? Daddy, it's me who slapped her. Oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry. When I now wink at you, you
Deliver.
in my house, beat him well.
Right.
Both of them. I'm warning them. Don't start advising young girls to come and start
Excuse
beating
me?
anybody.
But my opinion.
We are against
Excuse
domestic
me?
violence from
Okay.
men and from women.
Okay.
No beating,
Okay.
please.
Point
I
taken.
wonder,
Talk.
I wonder why a man would advise his wife, his daughter, on Twitter. So that is not for the daughter. It is for
No,
women
it wasn't
at
Twitter.
large.
It wasn't Twitter. It
So
was
it's for the
newspaper, Daily Post.
okay, that tweeted the information, and the reply from was on Twitter. I think that at the end of the day, women, the core of what he's saying is that don't die in silence. And we must reiterate that don't die in silence. Speak up. Seek opinion of your parents. Don't say, oh, you don't want them to know what is going on, because we know we are told to cover up and
hide.
not embarrass your
But I
husband.
think.
But I think speak up. You must always let people know what you're facing if you are in that kind of situation before you die.
Let me take it from this angle, because when I read that stuff, for me, I think the crux of this conversation should really go to the parents, because actually I would like to hear from the parents today. Really, if you think about it, a lot of people who suffer domestic violence, they have issues of trying to cry to their parents or to their family, and they don't say, I've locked my door, you can't enter, go to your husband's house.
yeah,
Manage it.
There was a lady that died. Remember, she tried to go to her parents' house. They kept saying, go back to your
back
husband's
to your
house.
husband.
So this conversation really is targeted at families, parents. I mean, in connection with the theme of this year for International Women's, can you be bold to say, you know what, my daughter is going through this. Come home first. Stop saying, I've locked my door. You and go and deal with your husband. You guys gonna fix the problem.
Stop being
Can
overly
we
concerned about
see
what people
behind
say?
what the Emir is saying here, that parents need to open their eyes to these issues and be willing to, first of all, take in this, either the male or female. Come back home.
I totally agree that what the Emir is saying is, if the Emir is saying come back home, because come back home, yes. But that one that he's saying slap him back.
Yes.
If you slap him back, he will beat.
Oh.
What is your nonsense?
What are you people saying?
Oh, you slap me, you will hear. Hey, so because we are the weaker sex
Okay,
when
yes.
it comes to physical
Yeah.
strength. Unless you are doing press up and sit up, even then.
You that are squatting.
Even then.
Let me come to Nima.
Okay, this is a very sensitive topic for me, because I have seen where a woman quietly, condoned being beaten till it cost her life. And when she died, a lot of us growing up in the area who knew her as children and young girls felt like, if only at one point in her life, she had, done something or raised her voice. And I've also seen where domestic violence against a woman stopped just because she beat happiness and joy
Out
and
of
good
the man.
behavior into the man. she dealt with him, and that's why I always advocate that. The first slap,
How did she deal with him?
she beat him.
So wait,
physically.
no, wait, are you
With her hands.
advocating for
with her hands?
So are you saying
she
you
obviously
support,
was stronger,
are you
but
saying
she
you
was
support the
submissive.
Emir?
Yes,
Supporting
she
him.
supports the Emir.
Yes. I believe that first slap, when you give your own back,
Yeah.
it discourages any
Excuse
form
me.
of
Wait,
weight,
Jumoke, let her finish. I
any
want to-
form of the weaker, she's a weaker sex, I'm a stronger sex, and all those kind of
Have you
sexist things.
seen Dumzo?
Of course. Then you can talk about Zibiri.
No, have you seen Mr. Brown?
You people know.
Mr. Brown's born like this.
I'm
Morayo, is this kind of thought? Now look at
if
you.
you are going out with
You
a
wait
mosquito.
now. You this small fry. That's how those men think. Sometimes when you go into their mind, you see they just look at you like, don't worry, you are small already. I will beat you. You are like a child to me. When a man marries you and thinks you are very small. Now, if you want to fight the devil or you want to eat with the devil, you use a long. My own submission, if you must slap back, take a distance. Find something very sharp and don't miss your target. In fact, let the man know that for one slap, there will be two. There will be consequences.
Can I
Yes, please, I want to.
Hang in there.
There will be consequences. I was advised on my wedding day that, you know, marriages are not always sweet. If it gets to that point, just run to your in-laws and explain. I said to them, I said, no. Out of the two, it's my father that will understand. So if I must run somewhere, I will run to my father. But then I thought again, no, I will let the man know that small aluta dey body. I must show him that
right.
if he
That's your position.
Can I tell you before you talk on personal experience?
Okay.
When I was married, I hated clothes. I still hate clothes being hung on the door of the wardrobe. So I was always complaining to my ex-husband, stop doing this. And he would. Then one day, I said, don't put, you know, that's how the next thing he just gave me a hot slap. I was livid. I just went downstairs, carried a knife, and I came back. I said, if you ever touch me in your life again, you will die.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
And I slept with the knife beside me. For till the end of that
Why
marriage.
that can be dangerous?
I agree. I am older now.
Yes.
I'm wiser.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
Exactly. That's the point I want
Can
to
I
say.
come in? Because you see, the truth of the matter is, I am totally against violence. Because what you dish out is what you would get. It is always better for you to peacefully resolve the situation. However, I have been in situations when I've been, not personally, but I've been in situations where the grace that the woman gave back, the man understood, my wife is crazy. I can't try this with her.
Yes.
And so it defines it. So I get where Nima's position comes into play, which is why one must always say that every situation, you must understand your partner and what works in your relationship.
So if you're married to a mosquito, you can do that?
Sometimes, no, it's not mosquito or anything.
you
Draw
get
the line.
mosquitoes?
I
Yes.
won't take this. When the man knows that my wife is crazy, I've seen a woman right in my house carry the pounding pistol. I want to break windscreen.
Christ of
So
Nazareth.
when you know your wife is a crazy person, there's no crazy word that will come out.
solve
That is not the right action.
Yes, two wrongs never make a right.
Always go through peacefully so that you don't get what you
Why,
want.
Jumoke, come in.
My advice to women, violence begets violence.
Thank you.
If you have pushed him to the level, you know that there's always a foundation for violence. Let us even assume it's not your fault. The man came home drunk and the food was cold, or you did not fry his plantain with better oil and he slapped you. Please carry your bag. For that moment, I'm not an advocate for divorce or separation or anything like that. But we all have minutes of craze when you've just had it up to here. Yeah. He may just be frustrated and crazy for the time being. Carry your bag and leave him for that night. Let him be the one to calm down and then come looking for you. Okay. Slapping a man, it will not even work for me. My threshold for pain is very small. Mosquito bites me, I'm crying. I will now go and slap a man. He will now be using me as punching bag. It won't work.
I totally agree with Jumoke because, like I said, it happened to me.
Yeah.
That was my reaction.
Then.
I was much younger.
Yeah.
I was
You
in my
stopped it.
20s. I am now in my 50s. There is no way if a man slaps me now, I will go and carry a knife for him. I'm sensible.
Yeah.
I will just,
It's not
I
sensible.
will give him gap. Bye-bye.
That's all.
Now, go and beg me to come back.
Yeah.
That is what I would advise women.
all right.
Then I was
they beg you.
younger and
But I want us
very
to,
strong-headed.
You see, I don't want us to talk to women all the time. We're going to take a break now. Our conversation is always geared towards the women. I want us to focus on the parents. Because even though a woman,
The mothers.
the mothers, even though a woman is going through this,
And she
she
carries
must
her
be
bag.
able
Where
to
will
know
she
that my mother or my father has my back on this matter.
Yes, sir.
If I come and cry to you on this matter, you're not just going to send me away. You're going to help me to resolve this matter. Not just say, go and deal with it. So it's
I'll
really
tell you
key.
a story.
When we come back,
I
we'll continue
know.
this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, so Nima is giving us, Nima, tell us the story.
Yeah. I said I saw my aunt being beaten. As huge as she was than the husband, she would submit. He would beat her. And then one time, she was advised by family, permitted, beat him back, we'll buy them goods. That's the usual tradition. And then she did that, she fought back. And that was the last time she was beaten to the point of embarrassment, because they would beat my auntie as they throw her things out. And I said to myself, I would never allow a man beat me to this point, ever. And that is why I always say it. Nip it in the bud. The moment it's starting, let the person know that it is fire for fire.
Alaja, I'm very
I'm telling you.
No. I'm very disappointed
A lot
in
of times
Alaja.
we get Jumoke's advice on weddings, after weddings. They get this advice. You know, you run
Just
away,
kneel
you do
down.
this. I even know a friend whose husband will come and kneel down. They were even cutting at the time, beat her, beg her. They will settle. See, those are not solutions. Draw the line, define the relationship.
Let me let you
You would fight, fights will come.
Why
It will
I'm
happen.
saying I'm disappointed in you? There was a typical advice that you gave on Tuesday when we were discussing this topic, and it is that run his belly. Let him know that you see this one that you have been stooling since morning. It's only small something I put in your food, though. Next time, if you touch me, it will be rat poison. And we know of a
Can I read
14-year-old.
Josephine's
That did the same in the north.
Twitter this thing? She says, after a slap, I warned him after 13 years, he tried it again. I gave him back hot and twice. We later begged each other. Laugh out loud.
Hey,
We later
Ojoro
begged
cancel
each other.
Ojoro at that point. You slap me, I slap you. Ojoro cancel Ojoro. We'll start on it.
No, but the thing is, at the end
See,
of the day,
it
at the
depends
end
on-
of the
Tope,
day, it's not even about the
Tope,
partner.
hang in there. It depends on the kind of husband, though.
I
You
am
see,
madam.
there's some husbands you cannot try that nonsense with. You find yourself in 6 feet under.
No, but I think that we should
Morayo.
advocate that you don't even let it start. Don't let it start. It's
Prevention.
very important. Yes, because
Prevention.
I have been in the case where when I heard the way the woman was talking back to, and she was my friend, talking back to her husband, I said, how can you say this to a man? That he will not get angry enough to slap you. You don't say those kind of things. You don't say, Shokun Lele, he's not a responsible man. You don't bring that hand down. Hold the hand up. Don't let it land on your face.
Okay. No,
beg
no,
and
no.
beg. Do whatever it is, but don't let the force.
Beg and beg.
You see this lawyer lady in Ibadan, whatever caused the fight, hold on YK please, whatever caused the fight between her and her husband, we don't know. The man may have been beating her. Now the man is dead. Nobody wants to hear her story.
Now we read the facts
They-
of that
they-
story.
they were fighting-
It was about jealousy, him having children
Children
outside the marriage. That's a
The
different
point-
old
the
issue.
point
That's
I'm
a different.
saying that when they fought that last fight, whatever the issues were in their bedroom,
The families-
nobody heard it.
the families
But
are
now that
still
the man is dead, she's in court for murder. So if you say you're fighting back and the man is more powerful than you, and then you go and bring a knife and you kill him, you will end up in jail.
I would like to hear from hanging away. I'd like to hear from Reverend Dominic and maybe Yakub on this matter, because these are people who are their parents. And Reverend Dominic, I'd like to hear his thoughts on what the Emir said. Do you, I mean, should women actually retaliate? But let me take this phone call. Thanks for calling, Tyro.
Hello, good morning.
Go ahead, morning.
This is Atairu from Niger State.
From Niger State. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
This is my first time of calling.
Welcome to the show.
My contribution is that before my contribution, I'm totally disappointed in my sister there, the one in hijab.
Okay.
It's not the best when the husband beats his wife, the woman should retaliate, because it's always rough. My sister Jumoke, since the time I've been watching this program, I have never one day support her for what she always says. But today I support her 100%.
Truth.
When your husband wants to try to beat his wife, the wife should not go back to her parents. If you really love her, you will go back to her so that they resolve the problem. Because if he has a respect for his in-law, whatsoever they told him from then, he will never touch her again.
Okay.
But
Thank you very much, Atahiro.
Can I just
have
take
your
this? I
Thank
just
you.
want to take this tweet. It's too funny. It says, "Let Alaja marry Samuel Peters and slap him back. She will know."
Who is Samuel Peters again?
The boxer.
The boxer.
Boxer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now.
How what we need boxer
Now,
safe?
let's bring it on.
Yes, let's hear.
The truth is that women who have been battered over time, when they finally do get to retaliate, it might be out of proportion. That's why the example you're stating is true, it happens. It might be out of proportion, but when the first slap is a slap back, it might define your relationship. That's why I insist, stop it the first time. Don't condone it, and then tomorrow you take sorry and you continue.
So if you've been beaten for so long.
Let me explain. I saw a movie while I was growing up. I think I was 15 at the time. An American movie. I think it was a music by, what's his name? The video of the song. This woman had been beaten too many times, assaulted in her marriage. And once, every time she's busy, she's hiding somewhere. The first time she tries to throw something at the husband, he died.
You see?
And it led to a court case.
Yes.
Who is going to hear her side?
Oh.
Wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
Who is going to hear her side that, it happened over time?
Over time, yes.
And these systems, these justice systems around the world have been, improved so much now that a woman might have a case of provocation. She might have a defense, but not in Nigeria here.
Yeah.
In Nigeria here, if you continue, the solution is either run, or continue to accept it.
Okay, let me take, so the point. Okay.
I want to respond to her after your phone call.
Let me take from Kaduna State. Bibi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thanks for going. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my view. I'm watching the king.
Oof, the line is not clear. Bibi, go ahead. Try it. Let's. Okay, yes, Jumoke was going to
I was
respond.
going to respond to her. She was saying that if you retaliate the first time, it may end it. Now, there's never been violence in my relationship, but I've seen us play fights, and I see how it just makes my partner, so you do this and he just doubles it. So if you know who you have, don't even try. Violence never solves the problem. It doesn't. If you slap him back, men, love for them is spelt respect. That is the highest disrespect you can give anybody. Now, he has disrespected you by slapping you in the first instance. He shouldn't have done it. Take it to people who are higher than him that can resolve it.
So a man must have people he listens to.
Yes.
Who he respects. Okay.
Yes.
Let me take Adeboyega. Thanks for calling, Adeboyega. Are you there?
Why would you
Yeah,
marry
good
someone who
morning.
doesn't have such
Morning.
What if it doesn't?
Yeah, good morning to you all.
Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Yes. The Yorubas would say, Okun oni wo ruru, kawa ruru. And at the same time, they would always say, Oni suru, onlo jogun aye. Since you are a woman, you should be very, very gentle, be calm with your husband whenever anything happens.
Soft.
Let me quickly tell you a story.
Like
There was a
bread.
particular woman. The husband is so very mad. He's a drunkard. He would always come back home to keep beating the woman every time after he had gotten himself drunk. So there was a particular day, the husband's family, they wanted to do something in their village. So despite the fact that the man had been maltreating the woman at home, she did wrong, she didn't do anything wrong, the man would always beat the woman. So they now called the husband, okay, something is happening at home, you need to pay a certain amount of money as their own contribution. The man said, okay. But unknowing to the man, the woman secretly went and paid the money on the man's behalf, telling the family that it's her husband that sent her to come and pay the money without the man's consent. So the man now went home for the event. Getting there, they now told him, Labaja, thank you very much. Your wife came to deliver your message.
Okay.
The man was like, no, I didn't send my wife to come and do anything.
So what happened?
So when they now saw the woman, why did you come to pay the money on your husband's behalf?
Yes.
It was at that point that she explained what had been happening, what she had been battling with her husband, with the family. That was the thing that changed the husband's mind.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Adeboyega,
Adeboyega, for that point. But you see, a lot of women have died with this advice.
Waiting for this to
quiet, be peaceful, don't do anything. And in fact, their parents will tell you, me too, your father used to beat me.
Yeah.
Or you go on, your father
He's
used to
a
beat me a
nice
lot,
man.
and I was patient. See how we are. So patience is good. A lot of women go through that today. And that's why they die in silence. So where do we draw this line?
Before you get married, Jumoke raised something and she made it look like, why would you marry someone that does not that doesn't have someone you can report him to? Those are the things single ladies should look out for. Your fiance must have someone he respects to the point of reverence and fear.
Yes.
One God and somebody that if you don't report me to this person. He must have that person that he listens to every time. Two, parents must be willing to look away from what people will say that my daughter has come back to the house. Because that is what they do. They'll say, what would they say? But you came back to the house. That means you're not happy. Go and manage it. Because you don't want to lose your daughter's life.
Exactly.
So as parents, you must be willing to ignore what people will say and welcome your child home like the prodigal son.
Yes.
Come back. be comfortable, sit down here. I will take care of your children, even if you already have children. We must have safe
Exactly.
havens
Parents
for
must begin to
children.
take responsibility on this side. Let me take this call from Jigawa. Sadiq, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'm actually a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I think what the emir said, there's no cause for alarm, because first an instance, if you're going to get a wife, what the parents will tell you is, this is what we're giving you the wife, and this is your responsibility towards her. Beating, it's not part of it. So that was why the emir took it upon himself. A normal human being, a normal gentleman will not beat his wife. If he beat her, revenge. So I think there is no cause for alarm. And most important, what I want you to understand is, most of every man that beat their wives, if you check out the history, it's either they are drunkard or something not responsible human beings. So as a responsible man, you are not supposed to beat your wife. So I think I go with what the emir said.
Thank you very much, Sadiq. Why you're going to say something?
Yes, I was just going to say that violence begets violence, one. And two, what you can do when you retaliate can cause a problem, death. I have seen where a person has reacted in anger, the person has gone to jail.
Yeah.
Because the person died.
Yeah.
I have seen it, not that they told me.
Yeah.
So I think we should all check ourselves and have that anger management course or something.
I agree.
That's the point now. We have been addressing what the woman should do. How are we raising our men? What kind of man beats his wife because he's angry? What kind of upbringing did he have?
Which woman
raised that man to respect or disrespect to women? I have a son. I do not pray in his lifetime that he raises his hand against a woman. I saw my father and my mother have issues, and my father always walks out of the house.
That's all.
I've never, not in my full life, seen my parents exchange blows. So I don't understand how men get to the point of beating a woman. You have to be extremely savage to beat a woman.
Okay. Good morning. Are you there?
Hello. Good morning.
Thanks for calling, Ken.
My name is Ken from Agbade.
Go ahead, Ken.
Good morning.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. I really enjoy your program.
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. It's not good for husband and wife to engage in physical abuse.
Agreed.
Right. Okay. The major cause of both parties fighting is if the two of them are angry at the same time. That is what will lead to fight. But my honest advice is that if the man is angry, let the woman just be calm. If the woman is angry,
let the man
be
No exchange.
calm.
We will live long.
This will avoid fight.
All right. Thank you very much, Ken. Let's take a quick break
Thank you for
now.
your wise words.
When we come back, we'll take more phone calls and tweets. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Okay, so thanks for staying with us. All right, so women. Listen.
People are very violent.
So we've agreed that violence is not a solution. We cannot, two wrongs never make a right. So we're looking for other solutions. What are it would be nice to according to Nima, it would be nice to retaliate, but we are saying don't retaliate with violence. So how do you, as a victim, what do you do to also show a little bit of lesson?
Let me show my own.
Okay.
I have a solution, but let's take a few tweets
Yes,
because
please.
it's your view.
Okay.
Afolabi says, knowing your partner genuinely during courtship helps to know the respect he or she has for the partner and his or her anger management. Joey says, it is only a man who doesn't know God that will lay hands on a woman. Malam says, I was raised never to hit women, thanks to my mom. But some women will put the monster in you. So it's a two-way thing.
That's true.
Israel says that would be very stupid and suicidal for the women who may get severely injured or even killed in the process, even if and when she's strong.
Let me take this long distance call YK from Kaduna. Eddie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. I'm not of the opinion of women or men fight. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. I'm a first-time caller.
You already clapped.
Yeah. I'm not of the opinion of people fighting in their relationships. But I think before relationships, before marriage, we should go for anger management classes.
Very important.
Sometimes you see people, maybe let me come from a man's perspective. You see, a man can be shouting at you, and you react in the same way. You're also giving him more reason to overreact.
That's it.
But if the female is calm, or the man is calm while one of them is shouting, I don't think it will resolve to violence.
I agree.
So anger management really helps.
To build on what
Very
Eddie,
cool.
To build on what Eddie
Thanks,
said.
Eddie.
Now, you people know me on this show, how I am very opinionated, I'm stubborn, I want my views heard and everything. And I realize it doesn't work. Men want their women to listen and obey, and there are ways that you can make him feel like it is your own decision that we are carrying out. So there's certain ways, you know, allow him feel like he has the final say. And I realized that when I started keeping quiet. So my own point, my solution is prevention before it even gets to the slap part, meaning that women need to be calmer, we need to be softer, we need to be women in our homes. Your husband is angry, that's not the time to talk back. And then he now slaps you, and then you now go and bring a knife. What is that going to solve?
Exactly.
Okay,
So
let's get some more to it.
Yes, MW Pearl says, we need to learn how to resolve conflict amicably in our various relationships. Then Leroy, you should have known such men during courtship. Women be wise, go home instead. Emir is wrong. Tosin J says, I wonder how men who beat their wives are comfortable eating food cooked by her.
Oh.
And I was going to say a lot of men, because Nima asked a question, and I think that we should answer that. Who are the women that brought up these men that beat their wives? A lot of these men have seen their mothers taking the beatings. So that is why we as mothers should now make sure that it's not what our children see.
Yeah.
Because that will make the man think that is the norm.
Yeah. Let me take this call. Barakat from Aja. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead,
Good morning.
please. First female, I think.
Jumoke, good day. Good day. At least for the first time, you are in my own side today. At least. The issue is only patience that can solve domestic violence. I was a victim of a domestic violence, but I never give my husband the opportunity. I can see it in him. Anytime we had a quarrel, I can see that thing in him, that if I give him the opportunity, he will even beat me up. But I never give him the opportunity. So he said to me one day that, do you even have common sense that in any reaction you will be laughing as if, and you know that kind of laugh is a sorrow laughter that I used to give each time he's doing it. I'll just be smiling sorrowfully. So he said to me, do you even have common sense? Whatever I said to you, you will just be laughing. And I looked at him that day that, oh, you don't know what I'm preventing. So I said to him that day that it is a sorrowful laughter, not a joyful one. It's not that I don't know what
to do. Thank you very much, Barakat. Thanks for opinion on that. That's a very important point, because it's important that women learn from these experiences.
Well,
yes, let
me quickly take this tweet. Tosin Jaye says, I wonder how men who beat their wives are comfortable eating food cooked by
just
her.
took it.
Now, if you beat a woman, you hurt her that much, you reduce her, because I see it is the worst kind of insult. You know, you disrespect her to the lowest of level, and then you think it's fine to sleep, eat with her, eat food cooked by her, eat with her, and have sex with her. Talk about or, you know, that kind of a thing, cohabit with her. Are you not afraid that, you know, this woman can take her time and plan something terrible? This is the woman you have
father of her
exposed.
children. She wouldn't want to do that.
No,
she wouldn't want to kill
don't
you.
be comfortable like that. Some women are dangerous, and you know that's why I always say it's a woman that is open. You know, she does. You can predict her. It's better
Well,
for
I want
you.
us to go back to what Barakat said, because I know that
What
even
she's
me,
preventing.
my husband also has this because they're from Ekiti and they have this shouting match. My husband, when we just got married, everything he's shouting. I'm wondering, I'm right here. Why are you shouting? You're upset. Yeah, you don't have to. You know, but I'll be talking back at him, and if we get you see him infuriated. But after a while, 1 year, 2 years, I had to calm down. So you know what? When he's getting upset, I just smile. And sometimes I try to do other things. He wants you to be listening to him.
Exactly.
What do you know? He wants you to be there. I'll be there, be listening to you. When he's done, are you done? And I just go. That thing will even piss him off more. But the point is that I have really calmed down. Now, my husband doesn't get upset like that anymore. I don't remember the last time he shouts in my house. It's been a long time because he has realized that the shouting thing
Waste of time.
is a waste of time.
Mariah, you see, the thing is, I was discussing it yesterday with someone that when we say gender equality and gender equity, we're comparing men and women. But when it comes to husband and wife, it's not equality.
At all.
The husband is the head. The wife is beneath. You're humble.
The wife is the neck.
You must be the
This
wife.
neck thing is not the Bible.
You
Carry
must
this
be
your neck.
the wife, and a wife is humble, submissive within the role of marriage.
Yeah.
And then you're submissive
Like
to
bread.
your husband, and then the man would love you as a husband loving the wife. You don't go into marriage and saying you're a woman.
Okay.
I'm equal to the
We
man.
have to
In
round
marriage,
up.
you are husband and wife.
All right.
Be
so
the
I
wife.
think in rounding up, we've agreed that patience is key. Yes.
So you don't agree with the neck?
That neck thing, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not
They
really
said
understand.
this, the neck that helps the head
We
to
hear
move.
that all the time. I don't know. I've not really understood our analogy. But thank you very much. I think we had a good time. It's important that our viewers don't misconstrue,
we've clarified.
So what
misconstrue
have
what
we learned?
Nima has said.
Before
Yes.
marriage, before marriage,
make
be
sure
sure.
that you
You
do
know your
anger
man.
management. You know who your man is. Then in
Make
the
sure he
situation-
has an Onibawi.
Yes.
someone that you can run to, that
Yes.
he listens to. Then in anger situations, you as a woman, you need to calm down.
Step back.
And then if he does hit you, God forbid, run out of the house. Don't hit him back, because if you kill him, you're guilty. And our parents must be willing to accept you for that night, even though they're going to resolve the issue later, but take you back for that
Even if
time.
it's not the night, if it is the whole of your life.
Yes. Be willing. Parents,
So be it.
parents should be more accommodating of these issues. Please don't come with your olden days. Where you cannot. God hates divorce, we know.
God also hates killing.
Right. God also hates violence. Yeah. That's all we can take on the show today. I hope you had fun just as much as we did. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.